Vibrillionaire soul green, soul blessings, beautiful Vibrillionaire soul family. Love and living the Vibrillionaire lifestyle all day, every day, 24/7. Where you already know, it's not only about positivity, it's not only about negativity. It's about genuineness, it's about authenticity, it's about realness, it's about you, the real you, waiting to come out, waiting to come play, waiting to come live, waiting to come and thrive. Because that's what we were all designed to be, as we already are eternally being. So having a little resistance with the phone, which we already know why, huge confirmation to what I'm about to share, is, are you in your own way? And what I mean by are you in your own way are your perspectives of fear, perspectives of judgment, perspectives of unworthiness. Are they in your own way? And are you judging them when they show up? Also remember, this is a reminder to ground for life. So just so you know that I'm sharing a message, but the greatest message is to remember you of yourself. So remember to ground for life. That being said, and remember this is your prescription twice daily, ground for life. So my question to you, are you in your own way? And are you lovingly accepting all the beautiful things around you? But when it comes to the challenges, when it comes to the setbacks, when it comes to things that don't go your way, are you the worst judge of you? Are you condemning you? Are you criticizing you? Are you suppressing your own self? Are you putting yourself down? That's my question to you, because we all want greatness, but most of us are not willing to pay the price of what greatness requires. And greatness requires for us to get out of our own way, because greatness is eternally, it's there. You don't have to earn your greatness. You don't have to work to your greatness. You don't have to fight for your greatness. Or we can use that word peace, love, joy. It is eternally within you. And when you get out of your own way, Bill Sweeney, thanks brother, thank you for joining us. Much love. When you get out of your own way, you realize what you were waiting for, what you were looking for, what you were working hard for is really you. And it's like all this was designed for you. As crazy as that sounds, I invite you to start believing that this world was designed for you. And it's designed for everybody. And where everybody is at, that's their own process. And when you take care of, number one, when you take care of you, your projection starts to shift. This is the secret, that it's easy to talk about it, it's easy to read about it, but to really internalize it, it's like the more you train yourself to be unconsciously masterful at not judging things, as not complaining about things, not criticizing yourself and others, because the only reason why we criticize others is because we continuously unconsciously criticize ourselves on an unconscious level. Like we find things to criticize, we find things to judge, we find things to complain about, we find things, and this is a very, very important factor with what's going on right now. It's so easy for us to judge others. It's so easy for us to say they're part of the problem, they're the ones causing it. No, we are. And when we take that responsibility back, that's sovereignty. And am I there yet? Eternally, we're all there. But physiologically, I'm reprogramming my body. I'm reprogramming the brain. I'm reprogramming the mechanism that what I believe is me to start aligning with that belief that is eternally in the heart. And the more I start rewiring those connections, rewiring the identity of who I am, because you're creating your identity. And anyways, I can go on and on and on. Bill Sweeney says, I like you, Michael. You really come off as a kind soul, brother. Much love, brother. Just a reflection of your kindness. That's why you see it in me. And I appreciate your words. And Bill, I've heard you, I've seen you, and you're such a beautiful soul, brother. I would love to connect with you. So yeah, let's definitely connect. I love the work that you're doing. I love I love everything about you, brother. Ronnie Zamudio, thank you for joining us. So even what Bill said right now, it's start to see the greatness. Oh my gosh, I get so much reprimanded for this, but I don't live in fear. I don't live in, because people are going to judge me. I am who I am, and you are who you are. And the moment that you can accept that and stop working, stop trying to make it happen, the more you just, and it's not easy to just explain it on a video. It's that consistent practice. It's just like we learn how to tie a shoe. We need to learn how to take responsibility of our lives. We need to remember, not learn, because we know how to take responsibility of our lives. We are taking responsibility of this whole, just stop, reflect, and meditate on how every single cell of your body is collectively doing what no other feat can do. No other technologically advanced supercomputer, not even Google, has nothing on what's going on within you. It doesn't. Look at the greatest technology, even this phone that I have in my hands. It's a S9 Plus. Whoopie-doo, it's a very technologically advanced phone. Who created it? Humanity. Somebody created this phone. Somebody accessed from a vibratory field to create this phone. And if you think that supersedes your thought, ask yourself, have you ever thought of something? You see it on TV and you're like, oh my gosh, I thought about that. You had access to that intelligence. And if you would have took action on it, you would have created that invention. Because when you take action on something, you access the intelligence. But if you don't take action on something, you access the intelligence, but you don't awaken to the intelligence. You are that intelligence. You are the intelligence you seek. You are the wisdom that you think somebody else has that you fall short. That's not true. You are everything and nothing all at the same time. So, there's a quick reminder to ground for life, because that was the intention of this video, and also to get out of your own way. If you need assistance on getting out of your own way, Ali and I are here to lovingly support and serve you. Just take the time that when fear shows up, don't judge it, and don't see it as toxicity. This is another belief that we're unconsciously judging something, so therefore we're creating it. And even though, we can look like we have a happy life, but inside, we know the truth. Inside, we know what we're unconsciously dealing with, and it's easy, because this is the thing, and I'm going to finish off with this. The reason why we're seeing what we're seeing in the world is because we have the gift and the ability, the blessing of seeing what something that has been. It's not like it's just happening, it's been happening. And now that we're seeing it more prevalent, and because we have more technology, so we have more opportunities of cameras, iPhones, Androids with cameras. We have so much eyes in the world that was already happening and is now just being observed. So when we can take that responsibility, that all this stuff that's happening, it's not like it's just starting to happen. It's been happening. That was why I awokened, because I seen the darkness of humanity. And when I seen the darkness of humanity and I started getting angry at myself, I said, wait a minute, I'm not going to perpetuate that cycle. I transform myself. And if you would love from an experienced person on diving deep into deep conspiracy theories and it being my greatest blessing of awakening, it can be the same for you. So what kind of attention are you giving in your world? What kind of attention are you giving to what you're seeing? Because if you are energetically, which we call emotions, if you're energetically feeling mad, confused, sad, depressed, impotent, like you don't have a place that you can do something in your world, then you're falling for your own lesson that's really waiting for you to discover your truth. So instead of feeling sad, I'm shifting here. I was going to say fad, because it is a fad, it is a phase. It's a phase of our evolution. This is a blessing that we're now it's being exposed, it's being brought to light, it's being brought to illuminate consciousness. And when we can just macro this, and this is the last thing that I'm going to say. any part of your life experience, transformation was not beautiful. Transformation was not easy. Transformation was not a walk in the park. Transformation was confusing. Transformation was, it felt like scary. It felt ugly. But let me tell you, it's just like a bad dream. When you wake up from that bad dream and you're like, oh, it was just a bad dream. Wow, I'm here. I'm alive. What's going on in the world right now is a bad dream. Well, it's not a bad dream. It's a dream, right? And when you awaken to yourself, then you will stop perpetuating the bad dream or the dream, whatever. So just like when you had an awakening experience, you had to step into the uncomfortness. And for those that are watching, if you feel like, you know, because I'm not publicizing things, because I'm not giving things attention, it seems like I don't care. That's because I care. I care more than you can imagine. This is why I remind humanity of who they are. Because reminding humanity of what they're not is just going to perpetuate a cycle. And it's going to seem like we have a solution, but in finding a solution, something else is going to come underneath the surface, and things are just going to camouflage itself for the same lesson. Because the greatest lesson is making you the goal. The greatest lesson is remembering that you are the greatest component. You are the greatest solution in your life. When you're going to awaken to that, then you can watch the news, you can watch these different things, and realize that it was your opportunity to transform it within yourself. So, and I can say that from personal experience, because I will be sharing my story here soon. Ali and I will be sharing our story. So, whatever you see on TV, don't judge what you're seeing, transform it in yourself. Be the transformation you wish to see in the world, and don't wait for someone to bring transformation. Don't wait someone to be the solution. Don't wait for someone to be the reason why you feel better. Don't be the reason that somebody else is your dependency. Because you are an independent, sovereign, divine, genuine, conscious being. And when you take that responsibility back, it's game over. And everything will reflect that, just like everything is reflecting the shadow work, the invisible, unconscious, subconscious reprogramming that so many are doing. The very few people are doing right now. But that very few that are doing it, look at what's going on. Look at what's going on. Because more people are starting to take responsibility of their consciousness. And this is what's happening. So Bill Sweeney says, 100% brother, I love and appreciate you and your work too. I love to connect more. Likewise, brother, let's set it up. Let's get on a call. I'm always game. And just like I see my nephew, playing this baseball here, he had to step into his fear. He thought maybe he wasn't good enough to play. When you step into your fear, you realize it's a bad dream or whatever. I don't believe in bad and good, but you realize, just to speak on this, you realize it was a confused dream. Because on the other side of fear, which is really confusion, is awareness, is love. And really, it's not on the other side. It's in the middle of it. Because fear and love go hand in hand. You can't have one without the other. You can't have the other without the one. So you can't have darkness without light. You can't have light without darkness. You can't experience good without bad. You can't experience bad without good. You can't experience joy without suffering. You can't experience suffering without joy. So just because you want the greatest joyful, ecstatic, blissful life, you must be willing to sign up and accept that suffering is the dance partner. And I'm not talking about pain, because pain is inevitable. Suffering is an option. So when you realize that suffering is an illusion, then you realize that the more you give yourself excuses to suffer that say that you care, the more you're going to perpetuate a system that is right now based on the belief that worrying, suffering, and being concerned is going to be a solution to the problem. Because you suffer, because you're a martyr, you're gonna do more. But it's false. It's when you let go of suffering, it's when you let go of concern and worry, that you're going to be the greatest solution in your life and in other people's lives. Because you are being that center, you are being that lighthouse that doesn't need to have to go chase people, that doesn't need to go have to save people. You can be where you're at and do what you do and be who you are and be more powerful than millions who are worried, suffered, and concerned, trying to work hard to change the world. And I'm not taking away from what they're doing because their intentions are good, because that was who I was. I would do everything to help everybody else, but I wasn't helping myself. And in doing so much to help someone else out, I was really vibrating suffering. I was really vibrating worry. I was really vibrating fear instead of vibrating awareness, instead of vibrating unconditional love. Not just love, unconditional love, unconditioned consciousness. We all want to awaken, and awakening is unconditional consciousness. Is meaning when you can just be conscious without conditions. Doesn't matter what's happening, it doesn't matter what's not happening. Doesn't matter if I have the cars or the homes or, the achievements, the accolades, if I'm keeping up with the Joneses, or if I'm, sitting on the corner of the street. Every single one of you is a solution. And when you remember who you are, it's not dependent on what you have or what you don't have. It's dependent on the vibrillionaire, the vibrational being that you are. And when you step into that, it's game over. Alice Inouye, blessings, love. Kelly Schaff, blessings, brother. Nami Quiñones, blessings. Beautiful soul. Angelica Cepeda, bendiciones. So, I'm going to do my Spanish video. This is just a little quick reminder. Just reminding you to step into your fear. Excuse me. It's not yours. It's all of ours. Step into the fear. Step into the illusion. Step into the confusion. And you'll remember, you'll remind, and you'll re-heart yourself to relive, to be reborn, to realize, to have a real life that's waiting for you. It's waiting. It's there. Just surrender into it. Let go of what you think it is. Because even what you think it is, you haven't even touched the surface. Even if you lived your greatest version up to now, surrender to that. There's much more. There's much more. There's much more than you can't even comprehend. You can't even imagine. And I'm testimony. I'm witness to that. And every day I surrender even to what I think I know. Even to what I hear, even to what, shows up in my life. It's like we're only seeing like a minute, less than 1% of physical reality. You talk about all these other different frequencies and ranges and gamma waves, alpha waves, beta waves, theta waves, all these different waves. We're only seeing this much of reality. So are you only seeing this much, or are you surrendering to see more? And not to see more out there, because you're only going to be seeing more out there as much as willing your surrender to open up and see more in here. So I invite you to surrender the fear, the illusion, the confusion, the chaos, the sense of worry, the sense of concern, the sense of guilt, the sense of resentment, the sense of anger, the sense of sadness, the sense of impotence. I invite you to surrender that. I invite you to let that go. Because as long as you hold on to it, thinking you're going to change it out here, running from it, running from the lessons, thinking you're going to change it out here, you're going to perpetuate a cycle. You're going to perpetuate a system. And just look back in history how much we've tried to change things out there. We're at the precipice of the year of 2020, which is the year of vision, that we're being invited to do something different. We're being invited to do something that goes against everything that we've done. And you are the component. You are the participant. You are the dancer of this cosmic dance, of this universal dance. So welcome to the Vibrillionaire lifestyle. Because that's what it's about. It's about, if you're achieving things in the physical, beautiful. But realize it's much more than that. It's much more than you can ever even imagine. And what we're seeing is a shift from physical dependency, currencies, expectations, to ethereal currency, ethereal divinations, ethereal realizations. And I invite you to remember, to remind, to realize and be reborn Die to be reborn. Every day, every moment, give yourself the opportunity. And the more you can retrain this brain to die without any conditions, you'll experience unconditioned consciousness. You'll experience unconditional love for yourself. And you'll vibrate and reflect and project that, just like the amazing, powerful, sovereign projector you eternally are, always have been, and forever will be. Namaste. We're here to serve.